Mike Bohn joined now by UFC Denver headliner Tracy Cortez. And Tracy, I know you're very busy. We only got short time here, but I'm curious. This is all part of like the main event spotlight, right? The media obligations. What's it being like? Is it overwhelming, or are you taking it well? Do you think?
I'm loving it. I'm enjoying the process. I'm in the moment. I'm just taking it all in and I'm making the best of every single moment.
I saw you signing the posters yesterday, and it seemed like that moment in particular meant a lot to you. Can you kind of just explain? I mean, it may be a little obvious dream of having your face on the poster, but for you in particular, it seemed like it was really special.
It was just very surreal. It was one of those things where you always dreamed about it and you've always envisioned it, but being there, it's almost like it happened overnight, even though it took years. And it was so surreal. And um, yeah, the words can't express how I feel. It's incredible.
Yeah, that's awesome to see someone like yourself just embrace it so much. But obviously, you weren't supposed to be in the main event or on this card. You were supposed to fight next week. When you get the call and they say you're fighting a week earlier than expected, as far as like the weight cut, what's the first thing you have to do? Because you're planning for months to taper down
Yeah.
for the specific day, and they're like, "Hey, you gotta do it 7 days earlier now."
Yeah, that's oh that sucked. But but I'm a gamer, man. I'm not one to ever shy down from a challenge, and I'm never one to say no to great opportunities. And this is how the greats are made. This is how legends are made. Is so to fight a former world champ and have a call, I felt extremely blessed and I jumped on it.
Like, how are you feeling right now, a couple days out? I know, like, physically in terms of the elevation, because I know you made the comments earlier in the week, and everyone became an expert, right, on how you feel and how you adjust. I'm sure you heard all the feedback, but in your mind, like, how are you feeling now? And I guess, do you want to expand on those comments you made earlier in the week?
I don't know why that was such a big thing, me saying that I feel like I acclimated immediately. I've been here, one, no one knows how long I've been here, whether it's been a few days, a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, but or if I'm even in shape, and I came very prepared. I came in shape. I came super stress free. I feel good. My coaches see me, they're taken back, and I think I do a really good job at silencing the noise.
Yeah, that's how it should be, right? And I mean, what was the most daunting part of this when they asked you? Was it the elevation? Was it 5 rounds? Was it Rose herself as the opponent? What did they kind of, what was maybe the most difficult part to kind of sort yourself through?
I would say the probably something where I was just the most like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? It's how am I'm so used to just having my team at fight ready.
Hmm.
It was how am I gonna maneuver and bring everyone to Colorado and teammates. Everything's just this is I'm gonna be very, blunt. It's just a new learning experience for me. This is also new to me. One, I've never took a short notice, let alone against a formal champ. But I'm confident within myself and my skills. It was just everything else around me that I had to figure out, and everything went really smooth. I
Yeah.
actually incredibly smooth. So I think I stressed myself out more than I should have.
Well, that's great. I mean, maybe kind of place the expectations high and then everything's easy, right?
Yeah, 100%.
For sure. What have you made of Rose, I guess, in the few weeks you've had leading up to this fight? I think she's being respectful in the interviews, but maybe hasn't like gone too in depth into you. Do you think she's overestimating you, underestimating you? What do you think?
No, not at all. Rose is a sweet, who doesn't love Rose? She's an incredible person. But unfortunately, we are in the fighting business, and she wants to move up to 125, and we're gonna face each other. Whether it's now or later on down the road. It just so happens to be now, but I have nothing bad to say about Rose. If anything, I'm excited for this challenge, and I'm grateful that she took this fight with me.
Yeah, you mentioned she was coming up from 115. You obviously started your UFC career at 135 too. So do you feel that might be one of the X factors here is your size, your strength, and maybe you can bully her around a little bit in there?
I want to say I'm a true 125er. I've I I I shit, I can even fight at 135, but I'm a real 120. I'm a real flyweight, and I don't think she's yet to face someone like myself. and vice versa. I've never faced a former world champion, so it's putting both of us on in a good test, I think.
Yeah, and just a couple last things before I get you out of here. I know it's kind of been talked about throughout the week what could be at stake here. The division, a little bit of a mess. I guess depends on if Valentina takes this fight at the Sphere or not.
Oh,
If not,
yeah.
who knows how things open up. Is that only the really goal here with the win? Like you win this fight, you'll at least be in consideration, one of the names they might call if something pops up or this division kind of goes in a different direction than maybe we're all thinking right now.
I really want to fight for the belt, and I know there's a lot of people ahead of me still, and I know taking winning this fight where it could move me to, and the performance I put on Saturday, I know everything that comes with it. So it's really, if I get the opportunity and they grant me the opportunity to fight at the Sphere again, I think it will be an incredible history, making history. Two Mexican women on Mexican Independence Day, fighting on the biggest uh, sport event, ever. I think that would just be incredible. That's something that I never imagined, and it being presented, I feel like it's just arm's length. I that is what I'm striving for, but at the end of the day, long term goal, I am aiming for the belt.
Do you think you would fight on that card, even if it's not for the title, just like against whoever? And for you, I guess that would be a fairly quick turnaround compared to what we've seen in recent years. Would that be nice, just even if it's not for the title, to be on that card and get momentum with like 2 fights in 4 months or something?
Absolutely, I would love that, and that's something that I would have to, talk to my manager, see what we could work out. But as of right now, it's one of those things where it's like, well, I have to come out healthy because I tend to get some injuries, in the off when I'm not training. So as long as I'm healthy and injury free, I'm absolutely aiming for the Sphere.
And just last thing, what's your perfect world way of beating Rose? I mean, I know you'd love to go out there, throw one punch and she falls over, but like, is it to make it one-sided and like finish it early, show people that your cardio is not going to be any issue and go 5 rounds and experience that for the first time? What do you think would be the most like gratifying way to win here?
God, just the win, just
Yeah,
the win, whether it's a finish, a submission, a knockout would be incredible, but it's it's going out there performing to the best. If I can go 100 ways, and the goal is to come out on top.
for sure. All right, Tracy, I appreciate the time. I know you're getting a lot of
Mm.
media here. You're
Yeah.
getting the championship obligations, so get accustomed to that because if you have that belt, there's going to be a lot more of it, and this is a huge step towards that. So
Thank
appreciate you.
you. No,
All
thank
right.
you.